Okay, so I am setting my face in my intro because I forgot to set my face. Okay, I am set. So today I am going to rant a little bit, talk about why I have not posted in almost a month. If you like to listen to my voice for a little bit and do some makeup, be a little bit bold, I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina Pro Pigment Palette Volume 2. That is a mouthful. I also use the Tati Beauty palette, you know, kind of just mix it up. It wasn't more really a tutorial, it was more of just, you know, get to know me, get ready with me, let me talk a little bit. And if you would like to listen, see how I did do this look, just keep on watching. So I really just want to play around with some new makeup that I've acquired in the last like maybe month and a half. I know I've been kind of MIA and I'll talk about that as well. Not all new, but it's new to me. So I know actually this one's new. I got the Mercury in Retrograde or Mercury Retrograde by Huda Beauty right here. I also got the Tati Beauty palette, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina Collection Volume 2. I also got the Jeffree and Shane Dawson Conspiracy palette. And some of these I got for Christmas and some of these I purchased myself. So it is quite a long list, but some of them are from like mystery boxes, BoxyCharm. Obviously the last few were purchases that I made or were gifted to me. I got the Life's a Drag palette from Lunar Beauty. I have like a basket right here. Like it's full. Like it's full. It's bad. I got the Smoke Sessions by Melt Cosmetics. I got a Profusion Dancing Queen palette. Let's see. And then I've got this really cool palette that my mom sent me for Christmas. And it's not something I don't believe you can buy in America, but it's like a Disney Villains palette from Primark. And I kind of just want to show this off because this is super cute. So it's got like the Evil Queen, got Ursula, Cruella de Vil, and Maleficent. And like each little character like opens. And it looks like that. So I haven't even opened that yet because I'm scared to damage it. But I thought that was really cool. Nope. Oh well, I closed it wrong. I'll figure it out later. I also got the Storybook Cosmetics Little Briar Rose palette, and that's a BoxyCharm. I believe I also got the Dose of Colors, the Treasure one. I'm not even going to show that because I cannot even open that, and like I don't like the scatteredness. I'm like, I'm not going to use it. The scattered, like why can't we just all be like nice rose, nice and organized? That palette is not nice and organized, so it's just not even going to be opened by me. And that's just the eyeshadow palettes that I have acquired in the last month and a half. I do have like more highlighters that I've gotten. I've been kind of lazy, been kind of MIA. You know, during the holidays, I planned on taking time off from like filming and just like spending time with my family. And I know I just started my channel, but I just wanted to spend time with my kids and my family. You know, my kids are so young. I don't want to be missing for Christmas. I don't want to be upstairs filming or playing with makeup when I could be making cookies and playing Santa. So that was part of the reason why I was MIA. Some of the other reasons were my kids got sick, and when your kids get sick, they all get sick one by one, and then you're sick, and then you get a cold sore because you're stressed and you have anxiety, and then your house is a mess. And I just kind of just went like, bleh. I had so much to do, and to me, like, my home life is more important than me playing with makeup. And so now here we are. My house is clean, if anyone was wondering, and the laundry has finally been done. So I'm just kind of gonna play around, chit chat, let y'all know a little bit more about me and my life. And I don't even know where to start, to be honest. I'm gonna have a look inside this one. This is one I got for Christmas, but I haven't actually, like, I haven't even opened, like, I've opened this. I have not even like played with it yet. And I actually have played with the Conspiracy a little bit. I went to a party in the beginning of December, and this arrived the day of the party, and I was like, I'm wearing this tonight. So I wore that then, and I'm not really feeling it for right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that back. Here is 10 minutes of me going through what fucking eyeshadow I want to wear. What happened to putting pictures on the boxes, people? What happened? I think I'm just going to go ahead and dive into this Norvina palette. I'm not even going to tempt myself by opening up other palettes. So let's go ahead and open this little baby up. Now, for those who have not seen the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina Volume 2 palette, it does look like this. So it's super like colorful and bright, and it's not neutral at all, which is something that I thoroughly enjoy. And I'm just gonna kind of go for it. So if I look like a clown, I look like a clown. I'm only going to the bar up the road. It can't be that bad, right? Kind of leaning towards these like greens. Like, I don't even know where to start. I'm also trying to figure out what I'm gonna wear to the bar, which most likely will be black. So it really doesn't fucking matter at this point. I'm actually gonna like pull out my Tati Beauty palette as well. And I have played around with this one. I did wear it on New Year's Eve. And I really do love this palette. I really think like this is the best palette I own. If you don't know what the Tati Beauty palette looks like, it does look like this. And it does have 5 shades in 4 different finishes. So you've got like a matte shade, a sequin shade, a metallic shade, and a pressed glitter shade. And I just really, really enjoyed playing around with this. And I really honestly just played with the black. But I do like a really dark smoky eye, so that's kind of why. But I feel like I could probably get away with combining both of these palettes. And I'm going to. So I'm going to try to play with the Anastasia one a little bit more just because I haven't really touched it. And I am rambling. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the Sedona Lace 407 brush. And this is just an angled gold little fluffy brush. And I'm going to go ahead and dip it into the shade Aura from the Tati Beauty palette. And that is just like the matte, kind of like a transition shade. And I'm going to place that in my crease. So all my kids were sick, and it went like one by one. It wasn't even like all of them woke up sick. It was like, here is Harper, she is sick. Here is Emmett, here is sick. It was like day by day. So it was just like a really long week. It's actually kind of still going on. It's just nowhere near as bad as it was. So Ethan's kind of like at the tail end of it right now. Poor little baby. So, and he's 11 months old, so it's just not been fun with him. You know, especially, you know, he's crying a lot more. And he's a chill baby. Like, he is my chillest baby. He's the happy baby. So when he's upset, it's like serious. So, been dealing with that. Then, of course, like, I caught it. Of course, my wife caught it. And now I believe Keegan's caught it. And it's just, like, this massive, like, shitstorm. Like, happy 2020. You're all sick. So, it's been fun. Alright, so next shade. I am feeling a little more dangerous. I'm going to go ahead and use the Norvina palette, and I'm going to dip into the shade E3. So that's like one cool thing about her palette right here is that she's like, I'm not even going to name all of these colors. There's too many there. I think there's like 25 shades in this palette. And it's just like, this is a row A, this is row B, and so forth. So I'm going to use Sedona Lace brush and dip right in there and apply that in my crease as well. Oh, girl. I've watched reviews on this palette. I forgot how pigmented everyone was saying it was, so now it's like, bam. But I'm going to just keep blending it out. But yeah, so everyone was sick, and then like, when everyone's sick, no one wants to like clean the house. No one wants to do the laundry, and when I mean no one, I mean me. So all of that went down, and then like after I felt better, I was just really lazy getting back into it, like getting back to doing the laundry and getting back into cleaning the house. Now, granted, I do have a housekeeper that comes twice a week, but she like does like the mopping, the vacuuming, the dusting, and stuff like that. Like the picking up, the laundry, you know, putting the kids' toys away, sanitizing the kids' toys, stuff like that. I do that. She does like, you know, cleaning the toilets, the stuff that I don't want to do. And so like it just took me it took me longer than it should have to get back into the groove of things, which obviously by the time I'm cleaning all day, I'm like, oh, well, I just want to go to bed. I don't want to film. I don't want to do anything. I just want to go to bed because I know I'm going to have to wake up early in the morning. My kids wake up between 7:30 and 8 o'clock every morning. So, and they go to bed like 8:30, 9 o'clock. Well, the older two do. Ethan goes to bed at like 7:30. But, you know, at that point, I just want to go to bed. I've been up for a while, and now that I'm adding it up in my head, I'm like, oh, I've only really been up at that point for 12 hours. I'm just like tired, you know. I'm on my feet all day, you know. And my kids sometimes, they just drive me nuts. They just drive me nuts. You're not a mom unless you admit that, you know, your kids drive you nuts. So it's just been that type of time. And then we were supposed to have friends over for New Year's. And I feel like at this point in my life, when people say they're going to come to my house and they want to hang out, or you should have a get together at your house for New Year's Eve. Didn't plan on having a get together at my house for New Year's Eve, but people kept saying something, and they said something to me, and they said something to Keegan. And then like, you invite these people over to your house, right? And no one shows up. And it's just like, okay, like, you know, I'm just like sick of that. So that like bummed me out, because then I have a bunch of fake friends who pretend to be my friend when we run into each other in public. But when it comes to actually being friends and hanging out in a non-public setting, no one shows up. So it was just, you know, that feeling and lack of friends. And like the only people that showed up was like a really good friend of mine. I've known her for years, and her husband. And it's just like, wow, like at this point I realize who my real friends are and who my fake friends are. And it's just, this year I'm not dealing with it. I'm not having those fake friends. I'm not even going to try to contact you anymore. I'm not going to even try to invite you out anymore. The only time y'all want to come over is in the summer because we have a boat. Like, really? That's the only time you want to hang out, because you're like, oh, they're going to be on the lake today. Let me see what they're doing. Not this summer, honey. So this is now turning into a rant. But it's just like those type of moods put me down, and they make me feel down and make me not feel motivated. And that's just where I was. And it was just hard to get that motivation back. And so now that I feel like I've got it back, I put myself like in a better mood. So here I am on like almost 4 weeks later after I last uploaded. So let's move on to a different subject. On that note, I'm gonna dive into the shade D5 from the Norvina palette right here. So it's like a navy blue. It's matte. And I'm gonna use that same Sedona lace brush, because this is my favorite brush in the entire world. And I'm gonna go ahead and pat it on in the outer corner. So it's kind of like, whoop, stamp it on and blend it upwards into that E3 color. So I now have New Year's resolutions because of really crappy friends. And it's just, you know, I'm no longer going, if people don't make the effort with me, I'm not going to make the effort with you. It's that simple. And I get that sometimes that I don't always answer my phone. And I'm going to try to make a more of a habit to be more social. But I'm also going to make more of a habit to not deal with fake people or liars or people who really don't care. They only care if you're having a good time. And that's just not the life I want to live anymore. I don't want fake people around me. Gosh, this look is getting bold real quick. But it's going to be okay. We're just going to keep going with it. And if it looks like crap, it looks like crap. I'm going to be grabbing a more dense brush to blend that out. And it's going to be a Luxie 209 large shader brush. So it's like a fluffy brush, but it's like more densely packed. I'm going to use that to blend that D5 shade in a little bit better. I'm so sorry. I just realized you are not zoomed in far enough, so I'm going to fix that. But what is y'all's like New Year's resolutions, if you have any? Because I don't even want to call it a resolution. I'm just calling it like, you know, an eye-opening, I guess. Like, you know, an awakening. These are really pretty. I'm actually like really impressed. I'm gonna go buy the other two probably like tonight on the internet and just like, because you know I'm not gonna go anywhere. I'm not gonna leave my house to go to Sephora with my 3 children, because that's just gonna... Harper likes to steal things from Sephora. She doesn't mean to steal for things from Sephora, but she likes to grab all like the testers, and she tries to put them in her stroller, and it's just like, no, we cannot do it. So I no longer go to Sephora with my children. They also like to swatch makeup, and that is my fault, because like we got my palettes out and now they hold their wrists out and they want me to swatch them. I'm like, oh goodness, I've created monsters. So we cannot go to Sephora with the little thief over there, and the fact that they also just scream until I swatch on them. So that's just a ball of fun. I'm gonna clean this brush off, get all the pigment I can get off of it, and just kind of blend it real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and use the shade A5 from the Norvina Volume 2. And it's kind of like this like darker Tiffany blue with a sequin finish. I'm going to use a petite smudge brush from Sonia Kushank. Probably still butchering that name. But I'm going to dip that into that shade, and I'm going to apply it in my inner corner. So I feel like a mermaid with this look. We're gonna go for like this whole mermaid theme. Kind of Ariel vibes with the red hair, you know. I actually have a large collection of the Little Mermaid Pops by Funko. That's like something I hoard and collect. I have them like, I like to change up my pops a lot, so it's like, you'll see them. You'll see them one day, I promise. So, but I feel very mermaidy. I'm going to use my finger and dip into the glitter shade of Aurora from the Tati Beauty palette. This will be this one right here. I'm just going to use my finger and apply it in the center of my eyelid. So, if anyone has like fake friend problems, you want to let me know like your solutions, please do, because I do need solutions for that. You know, and I also like have problems making friends. Like if anyone else feels that way, like let me know. I want to know if I'm the only one that feels that way, because I might be. Everyone might have friends except for me. I don't know. But right now I feel like I cannot make friends. And it probably has to do with the fact that I have so many children for my age. And a lot of my friends, like, they rather don't have any kids, or they had kids before I had kids. So their kids are like already in school. So they're like, you got toddlers. I want nothing to do with you. You know? So let me say you know for the 700th time. If you're playing a drinking game while watching my video, every time I say you know, take a shot, go for it. See where you're at the end of the video, because I'll play that game when I edit it. Oh my god, I definitely have the case of the fuck arounds today. I feel like this is like coming out a lot better than I originally thought. Pretty impressed with my on the spot decisions. Alright. I'm now going to take a clean precision brush and kind of dust around where I don't want that glitter. And so I'm going to use a Morphe M326, which is just a little precision brush. It's basically the same brush as that Sonia K one. It's the same one, it's just clean. And I'm going to dust around where I don't want it, trying to pull the glitter off without taking the shadow away. So you want to do this delicately. There we go. Get my words out today. A little bit of glitter fallout, and that is my fault, because I should have laid down like some loose powder. I'm going to take a clean, large, fluffy brush. This one, I don't even know where it came from. It just looks like a mermaid. My eyes look like mermaids. Figured it'd go together. I'm just going to try to dust it off, pull it off my face with this brush. Actually, that did work. It's just like, you gotta really put some pressure in it. And pray to God you don't take your concealer off with it. So with this look, I kind of need to deepen that darker blue. So I'm going to use that same Luxie fluffy brush, this 409 shader. dip it back into D5, and just pack it on. Also take a clean little fluffy brush and just kind of like blend it all together. And I did forget to mention, I did prime my eyes. I always prime my eyes with concealer. If I don't prime it with concealer, I usually will say, because I usually use like the NYX white base. I don't remember what they're called, but it's like a base and it's white. And I will say that when I do it, and I'll probably apply that on video. If I don't, I'm using concealer. I feel like concealer is your best option. I mean, you don't, if it works, like, don't fix it, right? Like, there's no point of trying to replace something that already works. I'm thinking this is like what I'm gonna do with my eyes. I feel like very mermaid. I might not wear black. Like, I might change my clothes, you know? I might feel a little gray, maybe white. my wardrobe is very limited in like color selection. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and move on to the bottom lash line. And for the bottom lash line, I kind of want to use that A5 color. That one's like really calling my name. So I'm gonna go back in with that petite smudge brush from Sonia K. Dip right in there and just smudge it on my bottom lash line. If you can hear any noise in the background, I'm pretty sure it's because Keegan's playing Halo. But I'm not quite sure, but I'm pretty sure. So he recently like downloaded all of the Halo games on the Xbox. So he's all into it right now. That or Assassin's Creed. I lie, it could be Assassin's Creed. I'm gonna go use this Luxie brush one more time. It still has some of that blue, and I'm gonna kind of like bring that shade D5 down and kind of tie it in together with my lash line. I'm gonna move on to some lashes, maybe some eyeliner. I haven't made that decision yet. And I am gonna do it all off camera, but I do wanna show you the lashes I'm going to use before I turn the camera off. I usually forget to do that. So I've got the Anastasia Beverly Hills lashes in the style Dreamy. Let's see if you can see that. And these are like, if you go to Sephora, these are on display with like the Norvina Pro Pigment palettes. So they have like the palettes right here, and the two minis, and then like the lashes and the loose glitters. The other one is in this style Gorgina, and those look like that right there. So I haven't decided which ones, but we'll find out in just a moment. So I did apply some lashes, and they were not the ones I was gonna apply. So the lashes I actually ended up putting on are the Tarteist or Tarteist, I don't know. Lashes in the style Goddess, which this is the box. Obviously, they're all my lashes. They're like one of my favorite pairs of lashes. They end up being my go-to, and the other ones were just like, whoa. They were like, they're really nice, but I'm going to a dive bar, so I didn't really need lashes that long or that big. So I went with that. So I went in for my waterline, a Profusion shimmer eyeliner in the shade Sapphire. And then, of course, I got tight lined with a black liner. So now I'm going to move on to some blush. The only new blush I really have is this Milani Tea Rose, but this is not my first time purchasing it, so I don't really think that counts. I'm going to apply the Milani Powder Blush in the shade Tea Rose. So just like this little, it's kind of like a very like neutral, slightly pink tone. Kind of mauve-ish, maybe. Or I'm colorblind. I don't know yet. I'm going to use a Luxie 512 small contouring brush, and just going to go ahead and apply that on the apples of my cheeks. And I really like this color because it just adds like a slight hint of like blush. Like sometimes I feel heavy blush, sometimes I don't, and right now I'm going through the phase of not so heavy blush. It alters a lot. I give it 3 weeks and I'll be into heavy blush again. So I'm actually going to go ahead and layer something on top of that blush. And I'm going to be using the Lunar Beauty Moon Prism Powder in the shade Mars. And I recently purchased this. Oh, crap. I lie. This is Jupiter. Let me find Mars. I found Mars. And this is what Mars looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and take that same brush and just apply that on top of where I put my blush. And it's just like, there's like a really, and I've done this once before, but it gives this like really nice like glow. And I really, really like it. And I think it's supposed to be a highlighter. I don't know. I have not yet used one of these powders for what they're supposed to be used for, but I really, really love them. So, go Manny. I have quite a few new highlighters. I got this highlighter palette from Basic Beauty. Glowy AF. But we all know what AF stands for, so let's just not lie. This came in my BoxyCharm for December, and it looks like that. And then I didn't purchase as much as I thought I did. I also purchased all of the Jeffree Star Extreme Frosts. So I do have Gag Me, Sour Ice, and Lick My Glit. The one that would go with this look would be Gag Me. So I might pull this one out. And then the other highlighter palette I got was the Jeffree Star Peppermint Frost palette. I got this in my the big box. I don't know. I had all three because I'm greedy and I'm sorry. But this is what that looks like on the inside. And it does smell quite wonderful. It smells like a peppermint mocha frap from Starbucks. So I'm going to go ahead and start by applying the Extreme Frost. I kept the labels on these because like the way they're lined up in my drawer. And oh my god, this is such a bad idea. The boxes themselves do not have any like label of what color is in them. So I was like, I'll just keep the sleeves. And now I cannot get the sleeve off. There we go. So if you look at the box, there's like no label. So, and of course, like, why wouldn't I keep it in the box? So if you have not seen what these look like, they're really hard to pick up on camera. You really can't tell. But Gag Me has like a blue reflect in it. Kind of blue and purple. That's what it looks like. And I'll show you what it looks like on my finger. So if you can see that. So I'm going to apply a little bit of that, and a little goes a long way. I'm going to apply it with a Morphe and Jeffree Star JS4 brush. Just on the apples of, on the high spots of my cheekbones. I'm going to dab that on, and then I'm going to blend it with a clean fluffy brush. And I'm just going to use that big one I used earlier and kind of just mesh it with the rest of my makeup. And I'm also going to apply it on my Cupid's bow. Ooh. And I'm going to use a different highlighter for my nose. It's a lot of glitter. I like glitter. I like to be sparkly. So I am also going to be using the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Skin Frost in the shade Crystal Ball. So it's just a kind of white-based highlighter. So I'm going to use that same brush and just apply it on the tip of my nose. And kind of add some as well right here. I'm also going to take that petite smudge brush and dip it in there and apply a little bit in the inner corners of my eye. Just to give it a little bit more. I am going to go look for a lipstick shade and I will be right back. So I went ahead and applied a liquid lip, and I used the Jeffree Star Cosmetics liquid lip in the shade Christmas Cookie. I used the Too Faced High Shine Sparkling Lip Gloss in the shade All Stars on top of that. So this is the final look, and I really hope you enjoyed hearing me kind of like chit chat, talk a little bit, me kind of not being so anxious in front of the camera. If you like this video, go ahead and like, subscribe, ring the bell, do all the things. And then until next time, bye.